In this video, we'll be looking into oxidation and reduction. So this is the part B video, or the second video. In the first video, or you call it part A video, so we talked about the definition. We've explained about the definition of oxidation and reduction, and as well we've done example 1 and example 2, which they are very, very well explanatory. So do well to request for it if you need the part A video by just commenting it in the comment section that you want the first category video, or you want the part A video, anyone you call it, whereby I will send the link to you immediately. Now let's look at example 3. Example 3 is, in this reaction we have ion 2 plus chlorine gas giving us ion 3 plus what? Chlorine ion. So we already know that the species will go like this: ion here with this ion, then chlorine here with this chlorine. So our main concern is that we should identify which one is undergoing oxidation, which one is undergoing reduction, according to those 5 definitions we have there. Now let's start. Comparing the addition of oxygen to a species, no oxygen here, so we ignore that. Likewise, removal of oxygen too, we are going to ignore that. Considering the removal of hydrogen from a species, which is oxidation, we are going to ignore that because there is no oxygen, and removal of hydrogen from a species, we are going to ignore that because there is no hydrogen here, as well as addition of hydrogen. Now, definition 3, which says the loss of electrons. Now let's check in terms of electron. We already know that ion is number 26. So ion number 26, and it lost 2 electrons in this reactant side. This guy, it lost 2 electrons. So meaning that you're going to be having ion as 24. So ion here is 24. So if ion here is 24, because it was initially 26 but it lost 2 electrons, so it remains 24. And ion here at the product side, it is initially 26 but it lost 3 electrons. That means it is going to be 23. So ion here is 23. So what happened to the electrons? There is a decrease in electrons, because electron decreases from 24 to 23. And whenever electron decreases, or probably say loss of electron, that means oxidation is occurring. So from ion 2 to ion 3, that is oxidation. Now, what about the chlorine part? Now, looking at the chlorine gas, that is Cl2, it has 17 electron here. So let me write 17 here for chlorine. And then chlorine in the other side, it has 18 electrons. You can see minus 1 there, meaning that it gained 1 electron from 17 to 18. So this chlorine gas here is 18. It has 18 electrons. So since it has 18 electrons, what happened there? That means there's a gain of electrons. And whenever there's a gain of electrons, what happened there? That is reduction. So reduction is occurring from Cl to Cl minus. That is reduction. Okay, let's look at the 5th definition, which says that, okay, the 4th definition rather, which says that increase in oxidation number or oxidation state. Now, the oxidation state of this ion here at the reactant side, I mean this one, the oxidation state is +2. Whereby at the product side, the oxidation state of ion here is what? +3. Okay, now looking at chlorine, the oxidation state of chlorine here at the reactant side is 0. It has a 0 oxidation state, whereby for the product side, chlorine oxidation state is -1. So now let's check what happened. For ion, from +2 to +3, what happened? Meaning that there is an increase in oxidation state. And whenever there is increase in oxidation state, what happened? That means that is oxidation. And for the chlorine parts, is 0 to -1, there is a decrease in oxidation state. It decreases from 0 to -1. And whenever there is decrease in oxidation state, that means it is reduction. So we are correct. Now let's move. Okay, considering the definition number 5, which is addition of electronegative element and also addition of electropositive element for both oxidation and reduction. So we can't consider that here because we are not adding any elements to each of the species. So we are only taking the 3rd and the 4th definition, and they both work for it. Now, Practice this question. Pause this video and practice this question. Let me write the question out for you. So the question here says that practice question: zinc plus, so zinc plus Cu2 plus, giving us zinc 2 plus what? Cu. So practice that question now, then let me know the answer under the comment section. Tell me which one is undergoing oxidation and also tell me which one is undergoing reduction. Let's look into example 4. Example 4 says that hydrogen sulfide reacting with sulfur 4 oxide to give 3 moles of sulfur plus water. So how is it going to go? It will go like this: H2S going into sulfur, the same thing as SO2 also going with sulfur. Yes, so we have it like that. Now, which one is oxidation? Which one is reduction? Now let's follow the definition. The first one says for oxidation is addition of oxygen to a species. Now let's check. We are not adding anything here because oxygen did not appear at the product side. So we ignore that. What about removal of oxygen from a species? Yes. From here, which is the reactant, there is oxygen here. Coming here, there is no oxygen. So we have removed oxygen from a species. That means this side is reduction. So reduction is happening from SO2 to ordinary S. Now let's go to the second definition for oxidation. That is removal of hydrogen from a species, which is also yes, because there was presence of hydrogen here at the reactant. Coming down here, no hydrogen again. So we have removed an hydrogen from this particular species, meaning that we have undergone oxidation like this. Oxidation. Okay, so checking the next one, addition of hydrogen to a species. No, hydrogen is not added here. Now, what about loss of electron? Let's check that. Loss of electron. Now, how many electrons does sulfur has in this place? You know, this guy here is going to be H plus together with S2 minus. Okay, now what about this place? Okay, so S2 minus. This guy is just ordinary S. Hope you understand. So sulfur initially has 16 electrons. So when it gain 2 electron here, that means sulfur is going to be 16. Initially it is a 16 plus 2, that is 18. So sulfur has 18 electron here. So at the product side, it has 16 electron. So what happens to that? That means there is a decrease. There's a decrease in electron, or we call it loss of electron. And whenever we lost electron, what happened there? That means it is oxidation. That is oxidation undergone from H2S to ordinary S, because the electron decreases from 18 to 16. Okay, now what about gain of electron? Okay, let's look at this. Gain of electron. From here, how many electrons do we have here? And also here too. Indeed, let us consider that for this. Now let's go to the next one, which is the increase in oxidation number or oxidation state for this particular H2S to 3 moles of sulfur. So what's the oxidation state? Oxidation state of sulfur here is -2 oxidation state. Now what about oxidation state of sulfur here is 0. So what happened there? There is an increase in oxidation state, because in your number line, -2 -1 is 0, 1, 2. That is the way the number line increases. So there is an increase in oxidation state or oxidation number. Now, what is the oxidation state of sulfur in this SO2? The oxidation state of sulfur in this SO2 is what? This is going to be 4. Yeah, that's +4. We have +4 here as the oxidation state, and here still remain 0. As you can see, here still remain 0 for sulfur as well. So what happened there when we consider from SO2 to ordinary S? That means there is a decrease in oxidation state, meaning that oxidation state decreases from +4 to 0. It's like we are going backward. So that is why this SO2 to ordinary S undergoes reduction. Example 5 says that copper oxide plus hydrogen to give copper plus water. So how will it go? Then it actually go like this, from copper oxide to copper, then from hydrogen to water. Okay, now let's see what happened there. Now, following the first definition, addition of oxygen. Are we adding any oxygen from copper oxide to copper? No. What about hydrogen to water? Yes. So we added hydrogen, we added oxygen, rather addition of oxygen. We added oxygen to this particular hydrogen here to give us water. So which means that oxidation is occurring here. Now, the second definition, for reduction, that is removal of oxygen from a species. So, oxygen was here at the reactant initially, coming down here, no oxygen. That means that is a reduction. Reduction happens here. Now, let's check the main definition. Removal of hydrogen from a species. Is any hydrogen here at the reactant, which is not at the product? No. What about addition of hydrogen to a species? Is there something that has hydrogen here and is not here? No. No, because even this hydrogen itself, it is here, is also here. So we are not using that definition. Now the next one is loss of electron. Let's check. How many electrons does this copper? You know, copper is the one dominating here, is the main species here. So how many electrons does this copper have? Copper is 29. So but at this place is going to be, let's check, if this is copper 2 plus O2 minus at this place. So copper here, initially copper is 29. So if you lost 2 electrons, that's going to be 27. So copper has 27 electrons here, and here at this place copper is exactly 29. It has 29 electrons. So is it gaining or losing electron? So there is a loss of electron, meaning that there's a loss of electron, meaning that electron is being lost from there's a gain of electron. Don't mind me. There's a gain of electrons because from 27 to 29 it gained 2. You understand? It gained 2 electrons from 27 to 29. So that is why it is reduction. So CuO to Cu is what? It is reduction, because there is gain there is a gain of electrons, of 2 electrons. Now what about for the other one, hydrogen? So hydrogen here, how many electrons does hydrogen have? It has 1 electron here, 1 electron here. And what about hydrogen in that place? So hydrogen there simply have no electrons. Hydrogen there simply have no, because if you try to work it out, that is going to be, let me write, that is going to be H plus with O2 minus. H plus together with what? O2 minus. Simply that initially it has 1, then when it lost the 1 electron it has, that simply means that it has no electron. So the electron here is 0. The electron here for hydrogen here is 0. Now let's check from 1 to 0. What happened? Is it a loss or a gain? Definitely that's a loss. It lost 1. So when it lost 1, that means it is undergoing oxidation. That was why we have oxidation here. Now let's check the number 4th definition, which says that increase in oxidation number or oxidation state. Okay, the oxidation state of copper here is +2. The oxidation state of copper here is what? 0. Is that increase or decrease? Definitely that is a decrease in oxidation state, because it decreases from +2 to 0. And what about, and that is what? Reduction. So what about for hydrogen? Hydrogen has a 0 here, coming down here it has +1. The oxidation state of hydrogen here, oxidation of hydrogen here is 0, while the oxidation state of hydrogen here is +1. So there is a increase in oxidation state for this particular one, and that is why it is oxidation, because of the increase in oxidation state of +1. It increases from 0 here to what? To +1. So that is why it is still oxidation. And the last definition is addition of electronegative elements and then addition of electropositive element. Let's ignore that. So now we're going to Example 6. Please do well to share this video to your friend, to your classmates, to any science student you know that really need this topic, or anybody battling with this topic that need a clear and a better understanding on this topic. So let the person watch and understand this topic. If you want an online tutorial in chemistry, in mathematics, please do well to give us a mail on this our mail address, mathchemtutorial@gmail.com, or let us know in the comment section that you want a virtual tutorial. We are going to use Google Meet, and tutorial will cost just 5,000 naira per week and $3 equivalent. So we teach chemistry and mathematics at any level. Example 6. Example 6 is that chromium plus what? Bromine oxide ion to give chromium oxide ion with what? Bromine ion. So now let's see how the thing will go from chromium to chromium oxide ion, and also from bromine oxide to what? Bromine ion. So now let's check the definition. Yeah, for the first one is addition of oxygen to a species. So oxygen is added oxygen is added to chromium because the reactant of chromium doesn't have oxygen, whereby at the product side it has oxygen. So that is what? Oxidation, because oxygen is added. That is oxidation. Now what about for the other one? Bromine oxide ion to ordinary bromine ion. What happened there? That is reduction, because oxygen is lost. There's a removal of oxygen from this reactant to what? To this product. So this is reduction. Now lest I forget, remember that this guy here undergoes oxidation here, and this guy here undergoes reduction here. Now they can ask you that which one is now the reducing agent, which one is the oxidizing agent. Now take note, so far this guy here undergoes oxidation here, then this guy chromium 3 Cl3 plus is the reducing agent. Please take note of that. It's very important for you to know. And for this guy that undergoes reduction year to year, simply means that this guy here is the oxidizing agent. So please take note. So let me give you a question to practice. You can pause this video, give it a practice, and let me know your answer under the comment section, or probably you send the answer to my WhatsApp number. That is let me write it here. That's +23491 55 10 28 18. And the question is zinc plus CuSO4. So to give you ZnSO4 plus Cu. Yes. So do that. Let me know which one is undergoing oxidation, which one is undergoing reduction. Please do well to share this video to your friend, your classmate, your family. Let them learn chemistry. Science is very interesting and very simple. And for online tutorial, please, it's very important. If you need it, let me know on our WhatsApp platform, or probably you send a mail to us so that we are going to accept you in. We use Google Meet to teach, and our teaching is very effective. I love you all. Bye.